Welcome to Addiction of a Lifetime. I'm your host, Adriana Camo, and on this episode, I'm recapping Stalked by My Patient. This is actually not a Stalked by My Doctor installment to my knowledge. I was totally confused, but it's still cool. So this movie is about a man who shows up at his girlfriend's house to propose. She's clearly trying to pack her stuff and get out of here. He's begging for forgiveness for something. He proposes. She's all like, I don't know. Then it cuts to they're both being rushed to the hospital. There's a female doctor who's attending to him. He wakes up. She lets him know that she saved his life, but unfortunately his girlfriend or whatever didn't make it. He's like, that's my fiance. Oh no, there was carbon monoxide leak in the house and she didn't make it, and he's distraught. But then he's like, but you saved me. So he kind of falls in love with his doctor, and she's like, yeah, but let's focus on your loss right now. You need to focus on your recovery. He keeps focusing on her and more about her. She's thinking he's in denial about his massive loss, so she refers him to her friend who's a psychiatrist. He goes to the psychiatrist. All he does is talk about the doctor, and the psychiatrist is like, you need to focus on the loss of your fiance. And he's like, tell me more about her. Is she married? What does she like to do? Da, da, da. And she informs him she is engaged. She's very professional. She's not going to date a patient to move forward. She gets a weird vibe from him that he's not getting it. So she's on her way to call her and let her know, hey, this guy's a little off. But as she's doing that, a car hits her. And then next you know, he's taking her to the hospital where the friend has to save her. The friend saves her life in time, and he's like, don't we make a good team? She's like, excuse me? He's like, I brought her to you in time. We make a good team. We saved her life together. And she's like, I guess. And he starts asking personal questions about her fiance and her mother and all this stuff. And she's like, how do you know that? He's like, oh, I overheard you talk about it, and she mentioned it. And she's like, okay, that's weird, but you're my patient, I'm your doctor, let's leave it at that. And I have to go tend to my friend. And he's still like, I need to, make her like me. He starts staking out her house, trying to hack into her husband's computer system, all this stuff. So he's able to hack into the computer system, crashes all his files. So the husband calls the IT place, and when he's already monitoring their calls, he pretends to be an IT guy, comes to the house, fixes the computer, but he's really hacking into everything. So he ruins a presentation for her husband, or future husband, so that he could ruin their marriage if he doesn't have a job. And she's like, this is suspicious, what's happening, that all this stuff is going wrong all of a sudden. I think this guy is weird. Her husband's like, no, you're just being paranoid. And then all of a sudden, her friend that was injured by the car accident is kind of starting to get her memory back from the incident, and he breaks in her house and makes it look like she fell on her head. She is dead. The doctor's like, this is so weird. So he's gonna go to the funeral of his fiance that passed away, and she runs to a friend that's like, yeah, we never liked him, they were never engaged, she would never done that, he's a little off. Meanwhile, the husband's or future husband's this IT person messed up my presentation, so we called the company back. Turns out the guy used to work for the company, got fired because overseas he was inappropriate with a girl, and he was inappropriate with a girl at the office. They're trying to tell the detective that's working the case, making sure everything's okay with the autopsy and all that of the deceased fiance, that this guy seems off, all these people are dying, whatever. And she's like, yeah, we've been looking into him, we're looking into it. All of a sudden, he's following them as this is happening. So he kills off his ex-fiance's friend, and then that's just another death after her friend already died. And then they're finding out that he got fired from his IT jobs. So the husband's gonna let his future wife know, the doctor, that hey, this guy got fired from all these jobs, he is crazy. He breaks in the house, knocks him out. The husband gets in a car, he turns on the gas, so it's carbon monoxide and all that could kill him. But they have detectors to alert the police. Also, since the detective has been following this case, she wants to let them know what she found. She goes to her house to find him. where she finds the husband almost passed out, so she rescues him. There's a detector, like, they're tracking him, so they found out his whereabouts, which are at her mother's house, actually, because he pretended to be a nurse taking care of her mother, put some sleeping pills or something in her food, and called the doctor and said, hey, if you don't come here right now, I'll take away the people you love, which is her mother. So she rushes down there, doesn't answer any of the cops' calls. She's such in a hurry. She gets there. She steals some, like, needles from her office, and she tricks him that she likes him, and then she stabs him with the needle. He passes out just when the detective and her husband is coming in, and they arrest him, put him in a mental hospital where he falls for his nurse there, of course. And that's, you know, his story. And then the husband, you know, explains everything, gets his job, promotion, whatever. She, you know, is about to be married to him. That's the end of the movie. So yeah, that's Stalked by My Patient. Thank you for watching Addiction of a Lifetime. I'm your host, Adrina Camo, and make sure you subscribe to the channel.